With the death of Yu-Gi-Oh creator Kazuki Takahashi, I was wondering if I should have make a video on what it means to me to be a Yu-Gi-Oh fan. And honestly, I wasn't sure if it would be tasteless or not because, well, it would feel like I was basically capitalizing on his death, and that's not my intention. As especially as a content creator who's still starting out, and I had a lot of thoughts about it, and I figured might as well share my love and joy for Yu-Gi-Oh. That man has been a part of my childhood for a very long time. And while I don't really consume as much Yu-Gi-Oh media as much as I used to as a young teenager, I still have very fond feelings for Yu-Gi-Oh and have a certain weak spot for it even. So I guess my Yu-Gi-Oh story starts when I was in middle school, and Yu-Gi-Oh was pretty much like starting out. I remember watching the anime on Kids WB early morning on like Saturday and Sunday or Saturday, and yeah, I just try to watch every single episode, and like the hype packages they would put out for big story events on Kids WB, they did a fucking good job of like hyping you up for the next episode, and especially for like major duels with villains. And when the card game came out, I was so hyped for that. I immediately got the Kaiba's starter deck, and while compared to like modern day Yu-Gi-Oh, like all the decks back then was kind of shit. If we're being honest, I had fucking fun with it, and yeah, it was just the best thing ever for me. And I really got into the card game pretty heavily around high school, and I was running a chaos deck, and that was the meta at the time practically, and it was fun. It was fun, even though the game was pretty stale, if we're being honest, when everyone pretty much ran the same deck. But I had fun playing with my friends. We were dueling in the lunchroom, and all the jocks were like looking at us and pretty much making fun of us. I had a second deck, and it was more of a not as competitive deck, and it was a Blue Eyes deck. And I remember at the time, oh, and for context, this was before they had all the support for Blue Eyes. So the cards they had really for Blue Eyes were a Bursting Destruction, Ultimate Dragon, and Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. So it wasn't really much, you could really do with those cards. But I guess I could say I had like a pseudo Kaiba-ish themed deck, one could say. But anyways, I was able to do this really weird board combination where I was able to summon Ultimate Dragon, upgrade it to its Shining Dragon variant, and then Call of the Haunted back Ultimate Dragon, defuse it to get the 3 Blue Eyes back, and then play Monster Reborn to get back Ultimate Dragon. So my board was full of Blue Eyes cards, and it was pretty much GG no Ri for my friend, who was like, holy shit, what the fuck just happened? And I was like, I don't know, man, but god damn, I still remember it to this day, even though it was like over 10 years ago, and it was just fun. And as for the anime, I enjoyed it. It was awesome. Even though I didn't really get into GX, for me, it was just Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. And I kind of regret not getting to GX because I don't know. I just didn't really have the time, or I was kind of growing out of it over time, I guess. And thanks to Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTubers on here, I was able to, I guess, have a better appreciation for Yu-Gi-Oh! And kind of made me wish I did watch GX and stuff like that. And it's more available to watch online now, thanks to like Crunchyroll and YouTube and stuff like that. And it turns out I missed out on a lot with GX and 5Ds and the other Yu-Gi-Oh series. And yeah, I really did miss out. I'm just glad I have other means to watch it now and to catch up on it. But to get back on point, I guess, if I had one, Yu-Gi-Oh played a big role in my childhood, and I cannot thank Takahashi enough for it. It's terrible on how he passed, and I do wish his friends and family all the best as they're going through this hard time. And for other fans of Yu-Gi-Oh out there, I would say try to remember all the good times you had with the series and with the card game itself. I think that's what he would have wanted for us, because Kazuki Takahashi was a gamer at the end of the day, and he enjoyed the interaction between people and making bonds through gaming, and specifically through tabletop gaming, where you're able to interact with the person across from you. And there is something lost through our modern day like PC gaming and stuff like that. It's not a dig at that, of course, but there is something different being able to sit across from someone and play a game with them directly. There's not much of that in our, online digital world. And I think that's something that we should try to do more of, try to play games with people directly. I think he would have liked that for us. So I guess I'll conclude by saying this. I think the best way to honor his memory is to really enjoy the games you're playing with your friends, regardless if it's a card game, a video game, or hell, even ping pong or whatever. Just enjoy the bond you made with them. And, just have fun.